I feel that Singlish is not something which should be celebrated as proper English, but it has such an important role to play in the process of trying to learn proper English fast. The courage to be imperfect. I used to think that Singlish is just about having additional words like la, le, lo, but it is also about the absence of words like the and also the incorrect sentence structure and direct translation of Chinese to English. Memorization tip 1. Instead of saying that this is Singlish, so it is wrong, get the students to identify what is wrong in the Singlish passage and attempt to rewrite it in the proper English. It is always easier to remember what went wrong than to remember the correct answer. If you can't even identify what is wrong or what made you make that mistake in writing due to direct translation in Chinese or cutting out of words for efficiency like Chinese, then how can you expect yourself to speak in proper English? Initially, I wanted to create this channel to introduce the fun part about Singapore English as I was teaching English to some students from China. One was forced to come to Singapore suddenly, and she had less than 1 month to prepare for the international school entrance exam. Yes, her ability to understand English was a big issue, but the even bigger and more urgent task was to help her overcome her resistance towards Singapore and eventually English, and to spark her curiosity about Singapore, to give her a reason to stay in Singapore and fight her way through. In the show My Date with a Vampire 3, a general was forcefully brought back from the Song Dynasty 1142 AD to 2004 AD. And he started fading after a few days. That was a general who had fought wars, who had been through so much. But even he became depressed in the 21st century, as everything was so different. The way people thought, dressed, behaved, and ate. He was fighting side by side with his comrades in the Song Dynasty for a purpose, but in year 2004, he was suddenly empty without a purpose. He did not feel like he belonged in 2004. Actually, it was true that he didn't belong in 2004. Our thoughts create our reality. He was rejecting year 2004. So year 2004 was also rejecting him. 被时代遗忘了。Moving forward, I will be creating more resources to introduce and compare Singapore English with other countries' English. I couldn't find similar videos on YouTube, so I decided to make my own in a big picture way to help people master English through comparison and pattern. Nowadays, even the local Singapore students are not reading enough. Maybe this is why so many students have problems expressing their answers fluently in science, despite being great at spoken English.